Halo, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Rani. My ID number is T2019-6049, and I'm from TBI1. Okay, today we are talking about 5 hypotheses of Krashen'S theory of second language acquisitions. This theory consists of 5 main hypotheses. Number 1 is the acquisitions learning hypothesis. Number 2, the monitor hypothesis. Number 3, the input hypothesis. Number 4, the effective filter hypothesis. Number 5, the natural order hypothesis. Number 1, the acquisitions hypothesis. According to the Krashen'S, there are 2 independent systems of foreign language performance. Number 1, the language acquisitions, and number 2, the language learning. The language acquisitions is a product of a subconscious process very similar to the process children undergo when they acquire their first language. It requires meaningful interaction in the target language, that is natural communications. Here speakers are concentrated not in the form of their utterance, but in the communicative act. And the next is the language learning. It is product to informal instructions, so it is conscious process which is result in conscious language about the language. For the example, knowledge of grammar rule. It is necessary to say that deductive approach in a teacher-centered settings produce learning, while an inductive approach in a student-centered setting leads to acquisitions. The second is the monitor hypothesis. It explains relationship between acquisitions and learning, and defines the influence of the latter on the former. According to Krashen'S, the acquisition system is the utterance initiator, while the learning system performs the role of the monitor or the editor. And the third is the input hypothesis. It is Krashen'S attempt to explain how second language acquisitions takes place. According to this hypothesis, the learner improves and progresses along the natural order when he receives second language input. There is one step that is beyond his current stage of linguistic competence. Here we discovered that the natural communicative input is the key of designing a syllabus. And for number 4 is the affective filter hypothesis. Okay, this hypothesis says that a number of affective variables play a facilitative with no causal role in second language acquisitions. These variables include motivations, self-confidence, anxiety, and personal traits. Krashen'S claims that learners with high motivations, self-confidence, a good image, a low level of anxiety, and extroversions confidence Yeah, it's are better equipped for success in second language acquisitions. On the contrary, low motivations, low self-esteem, and anxiety, introversion, and inhibitions can raise the affective filter and form a mental block that impairs language acquisitions. For acquisitions to take displays positive effect is necessary but not sufficient on its own. And number 5 is natural order hypothesis. This hypothesis suggests that the acquisitions of grammatical structures follows a natural order, which is predictable for a given language. Some grammatical structures, the two to be acquired early, while others late. So this hypothesis also accounts for students' youth has not been completely acquired. However, students can use their learner competence to modify their productions. So the best way to correct students' mistake to provide more input containing the structures in questions. We must then take into considerations that we don't need to change order of presentations of language items. In fact, Krashen'S suggests that we present of the language without any conscious effort to organize it. On the contrary, he recommends a syllabus based on topics, function, and situation. Okay, thank you very much from me. I'm sorry if you found many mistakes in my grammatical or my pronunciation and etc. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.